Hi, Angela here with Dogwood Paper Arts, and today we are sewing our signatures, going to sew our signatures onto our base. I did skip ahead a little bit and work on this just so I'm sure what I'm doing. So, what I did here was I have a piece of muslin that I'm going to sew my signatures onto. And I have 3 signatures to fit into my book. It looks like the book could maybe take 5, but I'm going to stay with 3 for today. Then I measured out my book here. I made a center line, and I measured this piece to go from the top here to the bottom here, which is the same size as the signatures. So then I had no reason for the size, the width of this, but the length, we wanted the same size as the signature. I folded this in half, and then I folded it in half this way. That gave me my center line there and my center line here. I measured up a 1/2 inch, and I drew a line across here. And then I measured up 1/2 inch, or down 1/2 inch, and I drew a line here. Looks like I need to send you out a little ways. Then what I did was I lined up this line to this line, gave a crease, and that gave me this center point. So I drew a line across here, did the same thing down here. Then I measured over 1/4 of an inch. Yep, 1/4 of an inch. There and here, and drew my line. And that gave me the hole, where I would be sewing in my signatures. I did the same thing on this side. After I got the paper done, then I glued it to this little piece of muslin. And I just used Fabri-Tac. So that's where I am there. Then I made a center. It's right here. Then I made this one. I marked top on here, by the way, and I marked top on this one. And then I put this like this against my, let me get rid of my book here. I laid this down on my paper. And then I put in the pencil marks right on the edge there. And then that gave me a point to poke my tool through, my pokey tool, my awl. So I have those holes punched. I went ahead and punched through these as well to make it easier when I sew the signature onto this little signature block, or whatever you call it. Now those, I have the holes poked, but we're going to do this one. The first thing you want to do is make sure you have your top and your bottom in the right place. And then I went through it to be sure my pages were even and right side up, and just kind of center this one a little bit. Once that was all checked, then I worked with my papers to even them all up top to bottom and to squish those together down into there. Okay, once I am satisfied that those are lined up good and ready to be bound together, I'm checking front and backs. Once I was satisfied with that, I went ahead and clipped mine with the bulldog clip. It's just easier for me. A lot of people don't need them, but I still do. I like to have the security of it holding it together for me. And it allows me to continue checking things. You just want to be sure that it's not wrinkled up in the center here or down on the ends. And that it allows your signatures to all come together in the center. So I think that one needs to come out for a little bit. Okay. You can see that. Okay. Well, it's still fussy. It's still being fussy. Okay, so take this and turn it towards the top to the top. And get your little signature piece in here properly. Now, it was a little shorter than some of my signatures, so I just started it at the top on both of them. I have a book here that's helping me. I'm going to start by poking through with a small hole. Be careful if you have a glass mat under you, like I do, because the awl will go right through your book down below. Now, before I punch a bigger hole, I want to make sure that I did indeed come out on the spine, and I did. So I'm going to give these a poke with a little larger awl. It's just going to help me get the book signature tied up nice and tight. And it will help me to get the right holes when I stitch it through. Okay, so here's our signature, and I have a needle here somewhere. Where did my needle go? Oh, there it is. Okay, we're going to stitch in our back signature first. This is our top. We're going to stitch in our back one first. I don't think it matters. I think it's up to you. I think this will be our back one. 1, 2, just 3 lengths of your book. I cut it just slightly larger. I'm going to tie this right onto a paper clip. It will allow me to pull on my string a little further without it pulling straight through the book to the other side where I don't want it. And I am going to start in the center. Now this is a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. Oops. I want this as a hidden thing, first of all. So let me put my little mat under there so I have a place for my needle to go. Top, top. Okay, got it. Looks like I poked that hole a little too large. Okay, going down through our next one and through that back hole. Feel like I need a and then I'm going to the top one. Oops. Feels like they got uneven in there. Okay, I am going to go back down through this hole here. I don't want to get tangled up in my thread. As I know you've probably heard a dozen times, that you don't want to run it through your other cord, because if you do, it will be harder to lace it back up. So I'm going to carefully run it through that side and then through this one, so I don't punch it through my other signature there. Let's go this way. I want to pull this one out a little bit. I want a little bit of space on it, so when it comes to tying it up, I'll have it. Got to get this on the correct side. Okay, I am going to go past this one, and I'm going to move down to the middle one towards the bottom. And there it is. And then we are going to go through this one. And into that one. Nope. Into this one. I almost sewed it to the front. Oh no. My string came out. You know, I hope I'm on camera here. I'm trying to be, but You get to wrestling with this stuff and you're never sure. Okay, now I'm going to go back through this one again. You don't want to tangle it up with that other. With the other string that's already going through there. Then we're going to go back through the center. Okay, now let's untie this. I didn't pull it real tight because it's a wax thread. I didn't want it making a knot. But I have no fingernails at all today. Let's set those over there. And see, we have some loose ones there. So let's see. That one is still pretty loose. Let's see, that is that one. So I just need to pull that one tighter. You don't want to tear your book. No, it was still too loose. Let's see. Sometimes I think the wax thread makes it a little harder, but it's not supposed to. Let's take these off. We're bound together now, so let's get rid of that. Ah, those are tight. Okay. There we go. That'll work. Okay, you see I have this on each side of this middle string. I'm going to tighten it up. Hopefully it stayed tight on the front. And that will get glued down. I'm going to cut those off. When I glue this in, this will get glued down. I don't really like, I think this awl is just a little too fat. So I'll probably put a little bit of glue in those just to hold them better. Okay, so there's our first one. Shall we put in our second one? See if it's any better? I think our second one will be this yellow one. So we need 1, 2, 3. I'm going to give this one just a little extra room. I think that'll help. Okay, let's check the inside. Good, loose. Sorry, I keep getting out of camera there. Need to take this off of here. Okay, I'll put it right over there. Sorry about that. That makes a big noise, doesn't it? My needle back there. Okay. Tight, 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 tight. Okay, one of these has to go on the other side of the string so that the string is straddling this center one here. There we go. Now we can tighten it up. Oh yeah, there we go. That's better. I'm going to give it one more for good measure. And clip it off. I'm leaving a little bit of string just to paste down into the signature areas. Cool. Ooh, that one still feels a little bit loose. Like that, but it's in there tight. Okay, one more to sew. One more to sew. Time for a drink of coffee. Oh, that tastes so good. I love coffee. Had an early morning doctor appointment, so I had to leave early, so I didn't get my coffee intake like I normally do. But I only drink a couple cups a day now, which is much better for me. But 1, 2, 3, and some to grow on, some to grow on. But might be right. Okay, glad to be done with that. Okay, now I am going to glue these on here with my Fabri-Tac. And this is going to have to dry a little bit. Well, actually, we're going to glue it down anyway with cheesecloth. This is for our strings, for our spine. There we go. Nice. Looks nice. Okay. So let's sit there for a second. Now, what did I do with my cheesecloth? There's that. I know I had a piece here. Who knows what I did with it? I have all kinds of goodies out here. Oh, look, here it is. Hard to tell one cheesecloth from another. And I am going to glue this onto here. Let's see. I think I want it glued onto that too. But we definitely want to start on that part. So we do already have stuff on here, but I'm going to spread it out a little further this time. Wonderful. It made like a piece of snot there. Let's get rid of the snot. The snotty piece. Ugh. Also, I'm going to try and do here. Oh, there was two of them. Is center that a little bit. I don't think this is the same piece of cheesecloth I had cut earlier. Oh, there. I don't think it needs a double helping, but it does need a little more on this side. So, okay. Look at all that. Oh boy. Let's just slip that in there. kind of protect the inside of the book. Well, I am horrible at working with cheesecloth. When I was much younger, we used to take cheesecloth and form it around a balloon and make little ghosts for Halloween. We did them for Girl Scouts too. Not me, but when I had a Girl Scout troop, I think we did them with our Girl Scouts. Okay. Now let me find a piece of my wax paper stuff. I think I gotta go grab one out of the shelf. Slide that down in there, just like that, and I want to good heavens, Ange. I just don't want that cloth to accidentally stick to the front of the book. So I am just going to put that on there. And I'll go to the other side and put one there. Now, let's go to this side. Flip that open. Bring this up around our book. And let's carefully clip that in on a page. And then we'll carefully clip it on a page over here. I think maybe this might be easier. Okay, now, book is protected. Ugh, Fabri-Tac. Okay, now let's go back over to this side, and we want to glue this cheesecloth down over here. So tomorrow I have some big shopping to do, groceries, stuff like that. But there's also a huge estate sale, and they're supposed to have buttons and lace and ribbons and a bunch of eclectic stuff. Oh, I'm an eclectic collector, that's for sure, but I don't need to collect anything else. But I would like to go and see what they got for lace and stuff like that. Okay. Let me find a baby wipe. See if I can get some of this off my hands. Probably not. It's probably stuck forever. I'll probably be sitting at dinner and notice it, and then I'll sit in my chair to watch TV this evening, and I'll be pulling at it. Although it does help sometimes to just take the fingernail brush with some hot soap and water. And not hot soap. Warm water and soap. Oh. But before I move on to the next part, I want some of this off of there. Otherwise it will just get in the way. Okay. I'm peeling. Oh no, I'm peeling. I'm peeling like an orange. No, not like an orange. Okay. So the top of our book is up there. You know, we can probably just glue this in. I mean, why not? We're already gluey. Why should we wait? Oh, I know why we have to wait. Yeah, I'll show you why. Because I don't have the rest of the book folded in yet. Ha ha ha. So I covered this with the coffee dyed paper, and the red book that was under this is kind of padded. Well, it started leaking through, so I have to think of something to put over that. I did put this binding on it. I'm going to put a ribbon there, but I need to take this part and fold it in. That's what I need to do. That's what I need to do next, I think. I think that this spine is okay, although I should reinforce it with something, probably. Maybe a new piece of board. Let's see, so before it was this long. Went through and it came up to right about there. So let's cut that off. Throw that in my work box over there. And this is not very wide. I guess that will just help reinforce the book a little bit, won't it? Just reinforce that spine. And so we'll go ahead and lay that in there. Hope this doesn't leak through. Guess what? I'm gonna get my hands gluey again. Ugh, this stuff smells. Okay, so there's that. Now this is a piece of cardstock, and I think it will work fine. We'll be able to squish it down in there. You can see that red comes off of that book, and I think that's probably what bled through the front. The acetone in the Fabri-Tac. This one's not really Fabri-Tac. I ordered Fabri-Tac, but I got Magnatac. $8.90. $8.09. Okay, so there's that. Okay. Oh gosh, it's all over me. Eck, eck, eck. Okay, I'm going to start on this side. Now, if this doesn't want to glue down here, if I can't get it to work its way in, then I'll have to cut some little slits. Okay, so I'm going to start in the center and get that pressed in. And it is not sticking at all. So definitely I'm going to have to give that a little slit there. Whoops, almost spilled my coffee. And hopefully they will try to overlap each other. But they're not. Interesting, it won't stick to that. That's the first time I've had Fabri-Tac not stick to something. Look at that. Doesn't want to stick at all. Oh, for heaven's sakes, this is just too messy. Okay, so this time I'm going to use less. Let's see if that helps. I'm not going to worry about clipping it because it didn't hold down over there. I'd rather it stayed in one piece. Well, I've never had so much trouble with a book in my life. Let's throw that towel away. So anyway, I guess we all struggle with things, don't we? And today I am struggling with a book. That's the weirdest thing. It absolutely does not want to glue down that leather part. And it's a book cloth. It's not really leather, it's book cloth. So I don't get that. Let's see, where's my other one? Okay. I think it just doesn't like sticking to this book that it's got that kind of leathery feel to it. I think that might be part of the problem. So we need to tuck in my corners here. Need to have a sip of coffee before I spill it. And I'll set it up there. Trying to get that wrinkle out of there. Let's go down here and get these. This is the one I was afraid I'd cut maybe a little too short, and I think I did. Let's start there first. We'll know how bad it is. Yeah, that was what I was afraid of. Dang it. It was when I cut my first corner, and then I was like, oh, gotta remember the book is thick because it's a padded front. So I cut the rest of them right, but that first one is definitely wrong. But I do have a trick, and I will show it to you right now. So when you cut your corners off, you are left with corners. Where did I put my corners? I tried to save them all. I'm going to put them in here. I'm going to put them in the workbox. Put them in there. They were good size. I don't think I would have thrown them away. Not there. That's not it. Nope. All kinds of things out here that I'm working on presently. Okay, here's this kit. And I do not see my corners anywhere. Oh dear. Well, doesn't that just figure? Corners. There's 3. There's the 4th one. I knew better than to throw it in there when I cut it wrong. Okay. So let's find the matching corner. That's not it. Could that be it? Nope. That? Nope. Is that it? Could be. We could use that one, yes. We know it's not that one. Okay. So, what I do to fix this, it's not great, but it does work. If you don't cover a corner, is I get out a little bit of Mod Podge. Where'd you go, Modge? Here's Modge. Modge the paper podge. And this is not a brush, but I think it might work. You don't want very much. And you adhere your paper with Modge, this Mod Podge, and you get it right on that corner and right to the edge. Okay, I think it's going to be easier this way. It's not perfect, but it does take care of the problem. Now if you want all of them to match, you can go ahead and apply your corners, reinforce all your corners this way, and then they'll all match. Oops, but don't curl them back. I guess the thing to remember with Mod Podge is that it does not like to be touched. So don't do like me and touch it. Okay. I wonder if this would adhere it better. Boy, it adhered it good over there. I don't think so. Okay, my friend Maud, you go back there. Okay. Okay, there's that part. This is coming up a little bit there, so I'm going to squirt some glitter glue in there, art glitter glue. Going to revert back to my old ways. This is going to get covered in here. Most of that's going to get covered. It'll get centered. It'll get cut down a little bit. Okay, well, I think we're going to let all of this dry. And I will get back to you a little bit later, and we will glue in our book and put in our front pages. Oh, wait. Hold that thought. I'm not quite done. Guess we want to make sure this is glued down well. Okay. All right. So I will let you go for now, and we will get back together later after this is all dry, and we will get it glued in, and we will get the front covers glued in, and then next after that we'll start working on the inside of the book. Here's the one piece that we still need to cut up. I made just a small masterboard here, and I I did find these in an old magazine, an old cookbook maybe. And this one looks like a perfume water, yes. It's toilet water, cold cream, powder, all kinds of remarkably astonishing creams and toiletries for women. So I am going to maybe cut some of those out and we can use them in our piece if we want, if we use it. These will be for journaling cards. So keep your eyes open. You never know what you find in an old cookbook. Sometimes you just find something a woman needs. So there we go. All right, I'll see you after a little bit. Bye bye for now. Thanks for joining me.